night may seem much, but I truly appreciate you applying for the job, as it has been a request for a while to get a night guard ever since we received these new animatronics. Locksmith has really been going out on these ones. Anyway, about why we've been asking for a night guard. Well, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You're there to make sure nobody robs the place, nobody damages the animatronics, yada yada. Again, all just simple stuff. You have a monitor to look over the place and a flashlight to see if anyone's there. Well, if I'm honest, that's part of why the company wants a night guard. For my reason, it's because of those older models. We house them in the building for just spare parts, but sometimes they just act weird. Like they turn on at random and just go around the building. It creeps me out, man. So that is why, with the company's permission, I asked for them to install these shocking buttons on your doorways. Since you don't have any doors to lock, these buttons should send a shock to anything, or anyone you might see standing outside your doorway that looks like they could harm you. Oh, and that vent. Yeah. Since we have some ventilation problems, we've been needing to open some vents. If they happen to crawl in your vents, just shine them away and you should be fine. But hey, even if your flashlight might run out of power, don't worry. The building cannot. So don't worry about the place going dark or you losing your security devices. Anyway, that should be everything. Just do pretty much as I said, and also make sure that nobody breaks in or damages anything. I once again thank you for doing this, employee. I'll be sure to fill you in on more details about your updated payroll tomorrow morning. Have a good night. Glad you can make it for the second night. Last night you did an amazing job, by the way. Everything was in order and those prototypes didn't make any damage to anything. Or you. Anyway, it should be about the same as last night. Although, there were some other prototypes we found in the back. They were the old versions of mascot and Hanwil. Now these things, they give me the creeps out of all of them, man. They have no eyes. And they can get in places they shouldn't be. Like, we once found one in the generator room one morning. The character looked like it was gonna break the generator. Yeah, they don't tell you these things when signing up because they don't want to worry people applying for the job. So, that's really a problem since, well, you know how I mentioned the building won't run out of power? Well, it could if the generator was severely damaged. But don't worry, I installed the light system to your security camera in the generator room. So if you see them in the room, just turn off the light. Since they can't see well, the light's fully off, they'd not go into that room, and we'll probably do something better, I guess. Hey, just a weird question, but you didn't happen to see anything weird? Like the polymers moving around. I know I stated they shouldn't, but when we arrived, Hanwil was just acting strange, almost scary. Like he was just glitching on stage and even went off the stage moving around, so I'm worried it might come back to me. If that's the case, I'm not sure the shock buttons will do anything. The systems are more capable and are hard to break. So, it's weird how they are acting like this, but if you do see one of them outside your doorway, just hide. Hide under your desk and wait for them to go away. And they should hopefully move to another room. And since if it gets quiet, they'll think they're in the wrong room. And we'll try to find where the people are. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's everything new to explain. As always, make sure nobody breaks anything or enters in. And of course, stay safe. These animatronics are getting more aggressive and I honestly hate to have someone burst here. Good night. Hey man, so it's night 3. As per usual, the animatronics are much more active, and actually, things have not been turning out great this morning. Remember how I mentioned last night that Hanwil was moving around, our new model? Well, now it's even worse. Our polymer models Hanwil and Handle are now also acting up, which is really not good for us. These things could hurt customers or even kids. This is not good for business, or even anyone. The good thing is they haven't acted too frantically, besides a few glitches during performances. So if they happen to get off the stage tonight, do the same as you would do for Hanwil and hide under the desk. God, if this keeps up, we're gonna have to call the partnering company who helped us manufacture these animatronics, see what they can do about these models and what they're wrong with. But anyway, I just stop gushing over the negatives we're dealing with. I mean, the good thing is that we still have 2 animatronics in good condition, and some customers say they're their fan favorites. I can agree with them, especially mascots. I've always just liked his design. Makes him look more fly, you know what I mean? And you don't really get animatronics like that. Alright, I'll leave it up to you again tonight. Back to the fray, am I right? So yeah, keep everything in order as usual, and of course, stay safe, man. With these new animatronics going haywire, you could be in possible danger. So, have a good night, employee, and good luck. Nightfall as usual stuff, and sorry if I just sound down today, but it's that it doesn't seem to stop, does it? When we got to the restaurant and checked all the animatronics, just like the previous ones, and now Hanwil and mascots are acting up. It's like a bad luck charm or something at this point. So I apologize for my less chipper attitude than I usually would have. So it's basically Nightfall, same as usual. Just more threats to deal with, you know, yada yada yada. You now know that we're this far deep in this rabbit hole. We're gonna have to make a call to the partnering company, Locksmith. They're the ones who supplied the brand new animatronics, so we'll hopefully get them to come down here and see what's wrong. But yeah, it's your 4th night. Make sure nothing is damaged or anything, and especially don't injure yourself. The company won't be able to pay for your medical bills, let me tell you that. Anyway, have a good night. Talk to you tomorrow.
Hello? Do you want to see my guitar? Do you want to see my guitar?
engineering company on these animatronics, and what they said to us was that they had no idea what could have went wrong with the animatronics. When they came down this morning, they realized that they seemed to be tampered with. Their circuit boards were beyond repair, to the point where they were just a ticking time bomb until they just malfunction and collapse on the floor. It's almost as if... Employee, have you been seeing anyone enter the building? Anyone who might have broken into the restaurant and broken our animatronics? I know it sounds crazy. I mean, what kind of robber would break into a restaurant to just damage animatronics and then leave after? I know I've said to watch out for anyone robbing the place at the beginning, but I just said that because of company guidelines. What robber would seriously want to go in, damage animatronics, and leave? What a waste of time. Look, anyway, it's the same as usual tonight, so do as you're told, make sure nothing's broken, same deal, don't screw it up. Alright, good night. Profit on these animatronics, and they're just gone because some idiot decided it would be funny to break in and wreck these brand new animatronics. Now we're going to lose profit, and I'll soon lose my job if I don't find a way to fix this. So I will get to the bottom of this. But before I go, you notice anything else strange? Like unworldly? I don't know, like just something like a feed or something, like maybe just the ventilation, hallucinations. I thought I saw like a beta animatronic around, something else. It might just be me though, but if you do see anything else here, make sure to take care of it. I'm putting all my trust into you, employee, so don't... Could you just give me a little... Yeah. onto Mars bus and damaging his circuits. Fantastic! That's just great. You know, out of all the people, it had to be you. I don't understand why you have a grudge against us, but you know what? I'll make sure you won't return for any more shifts. Better yet, I hope those damn animatronics kill you. I hope you're dead by the morning. Go burn in hell, asshole.
I can't believe you actually decided to sign up for a job like this. Personally, I wouldn't even try this job, man. Being along with those animatronics seems really great. And really, this job can eat my shorts. And what did he told you about those animatronics? The old ones? And they move around? Those things are even more gnarly than the ones on the stage. Dude, you're taking a probably crazy risk trying to do this night shift together. I mean, you're my homeboy, Lucas. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you. You sure you're still good with this?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be just fine. Jobs like these come and go. I'll be out of it before you know it.
Okay, if you say so, man. Personally, I just pick out to do this job. Well, I'm out. My shift's over. See ya.
Deuces.
Oh, and make sure not to die. I wouldn't like paying your funeral.
Don't worry about me. I'll make sure this company will be the first to die.
Bye.